Hi. Heidi, hi. Hi, Susan. Hi, Dominique. Hi. So I did have a massive tub of paper beads, but this is all I can find out of them. So I'm just going to have to make loads more. Also, I usually use a clear nail varnish or a glitter nail varnish or something, but don't seem to have any left at all. These ones have got clear nail varnish on and they've gone really, really hard, but I'll get into that. Tonight we're making paper beads, if you hadn't realised. Usually offcuts or bits of 12 by 12 are brilliant. Also newspapers, magazines, old books, anything at all you can get your mitts on, paper wise, is fabulous. You can use a quilling tool, or you can use a cocktail stick, or you can use a straw cleaner. So hi. So I went straight into it there. I will probably say all that again because I do repeat myself a lot. How are we? Have we had a nice Thursday? Hi, Hilary. So I have done a live on, I don't know where, it was ages ago, on how to make paper beads. It might have been in Thirsty Brush, it might have been in Happy Place, I don't know where it is, but I thought we'll do another one. There is loads of ways to make them, loads of ways to do loads of different shapes, loads of ways to seal them. You can use resin, you can use clear nail varnish, you can use your glues, your varnishes, things like that. I usually use a clear nail varnish, but I used it all. I haven't got any left. I have looked for it, and I think I must have chucked the bottle out. Filling your thirsty stash, die cuts. Excellent. Your thirsty stash. I like that. Your thirsty creative stash. So anyway, these beads, you can make them massive, great big ones, or you can make teeny tiny little ones. And the way you cut the paper will determine on what shape beads you get. Like this one's more like a pendant, so it's chunky at the bottom and it comes up. Now that could actually go on a necklace. You can make tassels, you can make them into bookmarks. There is loads. I'll never cover it all tonight. I'm going to keep it quite short tonight actually, but we can come back and revisit it when I find all the beads that I've already done, because if I've got to sit here and make 1,000 beads, you'll all be bored stiff. But basically, to get the basic ones, you can use A4 paper, A5 paper, 12 by 12. You can even make A3. It all depends on what thickness you want them. Hi, Shaz. How are you, me dear? How are you? You can use scissors, you can use a craft knife, you can do whatever you want, because really we're just rolling paper and it turns into beads. I would recommend though, if you're fiddly with fingers and things, that you get a quilling tool. They're dead cheap. I think they're about £1. Dead cheap. You can get them just on their own. Just a little... Oh, Shaz! That's fab. I need pictures. I need pictures of the baby lambs. Obviously the babies of the lambs, but I still need pictures. I love them. I love this time of year. Everything's coming back to life. It's just wonderful. And there's a book out called Emma's Lamb. I got it off my grandma one year for Easter. I love this time of year. I do. So is everybody sick of us yet? You had us Monday, you had us Tuesday, you had us last night, and you've got us again tonight. Anybody sick of hearing me voice? So, so this is 12 by 12. Now it's got quite a big design on this side, but this side is obviously more muted. It really depends on what you want. I'm going to do a couple of things. First off, to get sort of this shaped bead. And this one is about 2 centimetres. I want to see. You can obviously make teeny tiny little filler beads if you want. I'm going to measure. I'm going to put that down because I'm dangerous. And grab a pencil. Actually, do you want to see me pencils? I got Emma's Happy Place pencils. I haven't got one sharp. I have probably got one sharpened, but not near as. How cool are they? And the pink. I'm very happy with them. Anyway, never ever, you're not sick of us yet, that's good. So on your paper, you can measure like 2 by 2, whatever, however many. I think we'll go, just do the 2 at 2 centimetres. And then clear some space. And then the bottom mark it again. 2 and 2. It is better to have a longer ruler if you are doing it this way. If you're not fussy, my advice would be just cut them. Just cut them however you want. I'm going to start at the top little notch here. And then rather than going down to the first 2 centimetres, I'm going to go to this corner here. So it's like in a big long V. And then you can draw it in if you want, or you can just cut it straight away. It's completely up to you. Whatever is easiest. Whoop, we didn't go very far down there. That's all right. We'll still get a bead. I know, fancy pencils, aren't there? I'm over the moon with them. And then this one. So from the top 2 centimetre notch to the first 2 centimetre notch down here. Don't worry about any bits. Again, it's not an exact science. You get, the more you experiment, the more different shaped beads you get. If you've got a blunt knife, use your scissors. You can just draw them in and use scissors if you want. I was just trying to be fancy. I was trying to look professional. We'll put that down before I injure someone. More likely myself. Or up there and then down to this corner again. And I'll show you actually. I'll put a nice hard line in to show you what I'm on about. Just like that. So basically that's a 2 centimetre thing. And what we've done is we're halving it up the middle. And then for these ones, let's do some tubey beads. And I think we'll have a 2 centimetre one, and then I'm going to leave this one massive. So measure the top and the bottom. You don't have to measure. The police aren't going to come round and say you didn't measure that bead exactly. Just whatever. I've made bracelets and things out of these, and I use triple thick to seal them. The only problem is with the beads is sealing in the middle here. You could just have them in resin and then drill a hole through. So set them, like cover them all in resin, let the resin go down the middle, or even a varnish, and then drill your hole back through, and then they'll be completely like solid and a durable piece of jewellery. And this last big bit here, we're going to make a monstrous bead. I'm just going to half that one from there to there, like that. That's all your different shapes. There is loads more. There's loads of videos out there that go into like ridiculous depth of it. And I usually add the paper beads, if I'm not making jewellery with them, onto journals and things. And I will actually do that. We can make a little journal, something. You can make, you know, the Christmas angels and things. You can sort of make your little angels and then have these dangling out the bottom as the legs. You can make earrings. It's endless. Endless what you can do with paper. This is why I love it. I mean, if you lay paper mache, if you lay your paper up, you essentially turn it back to wood. I mean, what's not cool about that? I'm going to use a cocktail stick and take the first one of these. I want it on the yellow side. Also, again, right, depending on what you want to do, this one here, I haven't inked the edges. I'm going to ink this one just to show the difference. Yeah, you can add them to your journals. You can do whatever you want with them. And I've got, well, make a dangly thing at some point. If I don't get to it tonight, we can do it some other time. Do whatever you like. So starting at the thick base, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start wrapping it around the cocktail stick. This is where a sort of quilling tool comes into its own. So just start to wrap and then glue all the rest of it up, and it keeps it more secure. If you haven't left your glue open, you ready? It's going to go all over. Whoa, there we are. Yeah, I had some, even though they weren't sealed all the way through, and I forget to take jewellery off when I'm going in the shower or the bath or anything. They lasted ages before they disintegrated. And then just twirling it, because you've got the cocktail stick up the middle, it keeps it nice and tight, and obviously the glue glues it as you go. But having the inking down the edge will give a completely different effect to when you don't. And again, it's all personal preference. Sometimes I ink, sometimes I don't. If you're making it for a bracelet or you're making it all for one project, I suggest you either ink them or you don't, really. And keep them all the same. All we're doing is twirling it up. Super easy peasy. Easy peasy. You can get drills that you don't have to plug in. You just use your hand to twirl them. If you do decide to resin them, but there is that one. And that's, obviously you can't see the flowers and things, but that is that one with it inked. And that is that one with it not. And then when you do seal them, you can leave the cocktail sticks in, because cocktail sticks are cheap as chips. And you can even get bits, do you know the bits of foam and things, or polystyrene that come in pretty much everything that we buy. You can pop them on. But sealing them, I've got this one. This is a gloss glaze. It's a metal sealer and patina extender. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on. It's very thick. I've had it a while. Oh, it was just the top that was thick. And a brush. Let's pick a brush like that. But what you can do with the sealer is, because obviously a sealer, like a varnish, is sticky. Get it all over. And then glitter them. I have Tony's glitter because it's amazing and glittery. You can do all sorts. You can do this with your nail varnish, whatever you like. And you've got glittery. Then you can use a glittery nail varnish if you want to. And then you can go back over the top with it if you want, or you can just leave it. You can use a less chunky glitter if you want. Again, it's all personal preference. I'm going to leave that one there, even though it's not in polystyrene. And we'll do this one to make a tubey one. Again, I'm going to keep it on the yellow side because I do like it. So starting it off again, I'm not going to ink this one. Sort of roll it just to get it going. And then once it's over the initial and you've tucked it in, I don't know if anybody's ever rolled a cigarette here, but that's how you're starting it off. That's the only way I can describe it. Which is a bit of an odd one, isn't it? All the way down. And just keep going. And like I say, if you did it with A3 paper, you're going to end up with a hunky chunky bead. And just, can we see all right here? Glue explosion. And these tubes as well, it'd be great if you want to make like a pattern of beads, you know, the necklaces and things that you get. You can even add ordinary beads in the middle of them. That would be cool. And I do like the glue. A lot of people will just glue the very end, but I like the glue all the way down, and I know it's secure. More so if you're giving it, especially if you're putting it on gifts and things or selling them. It's always best to glue more and make sure that they're proper stuck. Hi, Sheila. And there we go. Make sure you glue right at the very, very end. There we go. And there's another one. Heidi, hi. Have I got my hands in the right place for you to see close up? You'll have to excuse me nails. I've probably got ink and all sorts. I've been testing. And today I have been food shopping and I went for a walk. And where I live, we've got a steam train, like an old steam train. And they do, at Christmas, they do like, what's it called? Hiccups, the Polar Express. They do that, so me and Christopher walked along there because I live like 15 minutes away from it. So that's the first one with the glitter on. You don't have to add the glitter. And there's your tubey one. It just shows. So we've done that one, which is that shape paper. And then just the plain tube which is just your tubey paper. And then we're going to make a chunky one as well. And you can have them all totally different, depending on what you want. This one here, I still did it in a V shape, but I didn't take it into a point, so it finishes with a line. And you can get loads of different ones. I love these chunky ones. And these ones were made out of jelly prints. I do want to say though, I absolutely love newspaper and magazine prints. We'll do a big chunky one. This one, a big chunky one that's into a V, and I'll do it on the purple side this time, just because. So again, we're rolling. Hi, anybody I've missed? Heidi, hi. And these are great to go on journals. You can have them hanging on cards. You can make bookmarks with them. Everything. So again, I'm starting it off just by rolling it onto here. Again, it is better. I do have a quilling tool somewhere. I would have preferred to have the quilling tool, but a lot of the quilling tools don't do the big thick ones. Like they haven't got a very big bit where you slide the paper into. So this one I feel is going to be more like this one. And if you want a mega chunky bead, just keep adding the paper. You can roll paper on top of paper as much as you want, because you just glue it. And we're just rolling and rolling, keeping it nice and tight. Me and Christopher were talking today about making paper mache pumpkins. There's a lady on TikTok, and that's all she does all year round is make paper mache pumpkins. And I showed them today, and she makes the incredible. She's from America. And what we could do is we could do it on YouTube, and everybody can play. And there we go. There's another one. It is, my fingers are getting sticky with the glue. Look where it's gone really dirty, but it's fine. These were made out of card as well. Your different thicknesses of paper will give you different dimensions. Have I got anything that resembles a book page nearby? I don't think I have. Oh, hang on, I might have something. Ready for a... I have one of Tony's papers here. I was looking for this. Obviously put it safe when I was playing. One of Tony's papers, you know, that came in the magazine. Stay. We'll use this one, and it's like flowers. Right, itchy nose. And this time what I'll do is I'll make it so it's not into a point. In fact, what I could do is take that one into a point like that, and then so we have like that shape instead of one flat side and one. I'll show you. So we're going to get a little bead out of this, which has got the flat side, and then it goes off into an angle, and then this one, they both angle in, and it's going to be a chunky bead like that. It's all just plain. If you want loads that are uniform, then I would suggest that you measure and get them all the same. But if you're not bothered and you just want a mix match of beads, then you can do anything at all that you want. Right, I'm reading over the top of my hand so you can see it's okay, just rolling it on. And the good thing about it is, now that this video is here, you can always just refer back to it if you forget exactly what I said. Or when you come off, I forget all sorts. I forget more than I remember, I know that much. Again, just rolling it. And it's not a messy craft either. It's quite a clean craft to get good results. Like, you get different results to... You know what I mean. I'm not insulting any clean crafters. And I'm not saying Like you don't get good results unless you're a messy crafter, you know what I mean. Oh, look at this one. This one is lovely. Look at that with the print on. And that is funky. I'd be happy to wear those as earrings. Very happy to wear those as earrings. And where is the journal at? Where, oh, where, oh, where? Actually, I've got some lace here. We'll stick it on some lace. So I'll say this is the tie of the journal. God, brain. I would probably tie a knot so they don't move however far up the tie that I wanted. And say this is your tie and this is the extra bit you've kept for the beads. So I would tie a knot, or you could add your stopper beads and things if you've got loads of jewellery making stuff. And then you might need a needle, a sewing needle or something, or your cocktail stick just to shove it up, because it is quite thick. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, nail varnish. I use nail varnish. You can use resin. You can use any kind of varnish that you want. If you do get resin and things down the hole, just use a drill. If you've got a partner that's got a drill, use that. Or use something, I don't know. Use your imagination and use something sharp. So did share. I would love to see a picture. So on here, I've got all these weird little beads and things because, you know, over Christmas how I made so much stuff. Look, that fit on the end. These are just plastic. I don't know what they're called. I think they're called spacer beads. But you could glue them on to the ends of your beads as well and take them to a whole new level. And then all I would do is tie this off. Unless you're on camera, then nothing works. There we go. And then just tie the knot off and then it'll stay like that. And that would be sort of, that would hang down in front of your journal. I don't know where I've put mine. It's really annoying. Like this. You know the journal that we're using for the Colour Your World? Mine has got charms on here. What we could do is chop the charm off and put beads on it. So this is leather string. And just tie it in a knot. We're going to try vellum. I don't see why not. I think you would have to use a lot less glue. There we go. Beads on it instead. I'm going to put one on here. I think that hole's a bit too small. I want this one. I have vellum next to me to try. I've never tried it with vellum, but if it works with newspaper and everything, why not? No, no. You can use A5 as well. I've got them here. So far, I've just used 12 by 12. I mainly do use scraps of paper. And then what we can do from here is, this is the tie now. I've changed the tie on this, which is probably a good thing because I don't think it was long enough. And just tie them together. Tie it in a bow rather than a knot. And then they'll hang on the front of your journal, even if you make your own. And it looks completely different and really, really effective. Vellum. Vellum will be thinner. I do know that much. But what I'm thinking with the vellum is, if you use tape first, so you know the double-sided sheets that you get. Hold on, let's get the tape right next to it. So if you've got double-sided sheets in the A5, then that would be perfect. But I've got this chunky tape here. Pop it on. And then if we cut diagonal up, And this bit. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm thinking we should have left a space at the top here. Without any glue, so it can start it off on the cocktail stick. I'm going to pop this bit back on. So leave a tiny space at the top here, just to get started on the stick. You know what I mean? And that'll be where you first roll it, because you don't want it to stick to the stick. Let's see if I can get it going. It's a bit thicker. There we go. And then just roll. And the vellum is going to give it a lovely delicate look. And the tape will keep it stuck down, so you can get all different thicknesses of tapes. This is lovely. Oh, I like the vellum. There you go. Vellum will work. I would leave the top. So leave a small section at the top without any glue or tape, and then how cute's that? Hold on, I'll put the stick back in. Yeah, it's cute. And if you want it even thicker, that's not even got vellum on it, man. You could just continue on. I would stick that this way. Should we see what we get anyway doing it this way? And then we're rolling. We might end up with a strange bead. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not that way. Take that bit off. There we go. Stick that one back down. So again, I'm going to stick that bit there on the end of it, because you don't want tape on the top little bit that you're turning over. I'm just going to hide that bit that I did. And then we're going to have two beads. Two vellum beads. They're very pretty, aren't they? And again, I would just nail varnish them, because once they've got double-sided tape on. So any size, honestly, just experiment. Anyway, well, even A6, I don't see why you can't half your A5 size. Oh, this one's going on a wonk. Oh, bear with. We'll get back straight. Oh, we might just have a wonky bead here. Oh, we're getting a different shaped bead from it anyway. What have I done? Hold on. There we go. We're having a different shaped bead. We'll keep it nice and tight though. I don't know what I've done to this one. It's still a bead though. And it'll still look cool. Hey? It's just a bit fatter down the bottom instead of the top. Loads and loads of different ones. Trial and error, just keep playing. If you look online, I'm sure there'll be a guide of different paper cuts to make the different shaped beads. Without a shadow of a doubt, I love those tubes. But you can see the difference in the thickness depending on what size paper you use. But the A5 is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And there's the A4. That one's still quite chunky. What else should we try? What haven't I covered? What haven't I done? All the different, well, it depends what you want to use. If you just want black beads, just use black paper. Cheap to make, recycling, and it adds a little bit of something else to everything that you're doing. You could just make loads and loads of tubes and make them into like paper tubes to go on your artwork. But I tell you what we could do is, if you rolled the paper, these are wood. These are made out of wood. I made these out of wooden skewers and just painted them, made them into pencils. You could do this with paper quite easily and probably do the same sort of technique on there. This is for a friend, but I made the pencils, arty one. But I don't see why we can't do the same technique, because paper is wood. It's just like turning it back into wood. I'm going to try adding lace to one. We'll do this one, a nice long strip. Magazine paper is lovely. I have got a magazine and it's a history magazine. Christopher's reading it, so I'm not going to use it yet, but when he's finished, it's mine. And it's got loads of Egyptian style history pages in and the writing and stuff. And I thought that would be great on the jelly plate. I was thinking that next week if he's finished with it. He loves history. Oh, the jelly plate next Thursday could be a plan. Has anybody seen our Jane? She wasn't here last night. Is she here at night and I've missed her? I hope she's alright. Oh, again, just making a tube out of the blue. I love the blue colours. The Pantone colour for this year is Viva Magenta. And I'm kind of awkward that I'm quite into blue at the minute. I've bought a dress for my holidays and apparently I look like a deck chair because it's stripy. So I might have to change it. I'm looking at the stripes here, thinking out loud. I look like a deck chair apparently. I'm keeping it nice and straight and tight. Keep going, Emma. Concentrating. When you aren't watching, it's a lot easier. Bye, Kelly. Are you off to work? Oh, it's Thursday, yeah. Jelly plate next week. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this lace so I don't waste it. And I'm going to roll that on. You can do all sorts. Wrap threads around them. Whatever you like. And if you do want a thicker hole in it, just use a thicker skewer. You can get loads of different ones. Keep going with that. Stick a bit more glue on it. And the glue dries clear, so don't worry about that. Use a finger that's not filthy. Oh, just hold that down a second. And I think that's it for the paper beads, really. I will go into it a bit more when I'm more prepared. Like I say, I've been out most of today. Food shopping, which was horrific. And then me and Christopher went off to explore. Put that down. But I think for the paper beads, it's just a case of testing what you want to do and wrapping them around with stuff. I've got some gold tinsely stuff. You could even wrap them in this. I've got loads of stuff, haven't I, like random. Totally random. There's no reason why you can't make Christmas decorations and things. If you make a Christmas decoration, use the beads to sort of add on to the strings. I don't know if I like this one, but I'm sure it'll come in for something. And I'll see if for next time I can find the big tub of them I made. There's loads in there. But actually, I quite do like that. I quite do like that. English isn't working today, am I? Loads and loads of different ones. And it's just another idea to go with your journal. But with that, it is short and sweet tonight because I'm sick of hearing my own voice, to be honest. More than anything. I will love you and leave you until Tuesday on Facebook. But I think it's Tuesday on Facebook. We might do the colour, I don't know. I'll let you know next week. But there we go. Something else to add into your little journals and your extra little, just something a little bit different, isn't it? You can add them onto cards, bookmarks. Go wild. Well, thank you very much. It was lovely to see you all again. I do need to tidy up in here. It's crazy. But I will see you all on Tuesday on Facebook and Thursday. And I'll pop a post up when I'm back for the Colour Your World next week. Might be Sunday. I don't know yet. But speak to you soon. Bye.